Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So welcome to my little mini series of using up this 12 by 12 paper pad. This came from B&M and it was £2.99. And the reason why I chose this one is I get a lot of questions asking how to use up all of the big, like this is a whole page of like a whole page pattern. We've got half a pages there, and how do we use them up? So like this one, for instance, what would we do to use that up? See, we know what we're going to do with this one. We're going to fussy cut that one. And then again here. So it's just an odd paper pad to use as a card maker. So it's perfect, I would say, for scrapbooking. But it can be quite hard to use up for a card maker. And I thought, you know what? Let's come on today. And let's do a little mini series. Not sure how many videos there will be. And let's see how we're going to use this up. So I'm going to try and think of a few different ways on using it up, and we're going to have things that we can definitely use for different things. I mean, these we can definitely use for you know, we could make some little books with them. I mean, this one we can cut up and use for I love these. Absolutely love these. That is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. But yeah, so the first idea that I've got is I want all of these pages. So we're going to have all the pages that have two designs on, which are 6 by 12. Because I was thinking, now these are single-sided, which is fine. But I was thinking we could make an ephemera wallet. So somewhere where we can put our ephemera. I think I'm going to get all of them actually out, including the ones with some 6 by 6s on. So, do you know what? Let's start from the beginning and let's split this up because I think we're going to need to. Right, I'm going to take the cover off, which has ripped the top of this off, which is a nightmare. Now do keep the cover, we are going to use it, so yeah, definitely keep that. So I'm going to split these off into piles. So we're going to have whole sheets, ones that are for 6 by 6s and one that are 6 by 12. So that we can sort of, we've got an idea of what we have. So like I said, I mean the 6 by 6 ones we can definitely use to make cards. Now I'm going to put these 6 by 6 ones over in this pile because we're working with the 6 by 12. So once I've cut the 6 by 6s off, I'll put them in the 6 by 6 pile. This whole sheet we're definitely going to fussy cut because we can actually use this for ephemera to make some cards on. So it's looking at your paper pad and it's looking to see what elements you have within it and where we can go with it. But like I said, keep the packaging because we are going to use that packaging. So yeah, right. Okay, I think after this one more. So, because we'd be daft not to, wouldn't we? So I do have both packaging pieces, so they're just off to the side. So we have these. Now we are going to have to cut them down because where they've been stuck in, they have left marks on. So they're not going to be quite 12 by 12. So let's have a look. So I'm going to cut it down actually to 11.5. Okay, so I'm going to do that for all of these pieces, I think. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to line that up. Okay, so I'm wanting all of these pieces. And it's just a bit of a shame that they are going to be sort of different sizes. But that's that's fine. We can deal with that because, like I said, we're going to make an ephemera folder. So somewhere where, you know, we can put ephemera in, or, you know, or even you can put cards and stuff in it. Get rid of that edge. So I'll do that off camera. I'm going to cut all of these down. Ready for us to use. So in this video, like I said, we are going to use the 11 by 6. Now if you don't have a paper pad that has 11 by 6s in, you know, just see what other papers you have. So if you've got something like this, you can always just cut something like this in half, and that will do. So I'm going to go and finish cutting these up. Actually, I might even cut down all the 6 by 6s as well, and get them all ready for, yeah, for when we start using them. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm back. I've got everything all prepped. So my 6 by 6s are all cut. I've fussy cut that sheet out. We've got our bits here. I've even got all of these where I've cut the top bit off, and I've cut the top bit off and the back bit of the covers, because we are going to use those as well. So the first thing I want to do, I want to make an ephemera pocket. So it's going to be a book, and it's going to be where we're going to keep all of our ephemera. So I'm not bothered about the style. If we cut stuff like this off, that is completely fine. I do not mind that at all. And all we're going to do is we're going to cut them in half, and then we're just going to fold over this edge bit. And this is where we're going to tuck our ephemera in. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do this to a few of them. So there's that. Now, these ones are all cut a little bit shorter. So let's use them. Because I'm thinking we could probably make a couple. And I'm not measuring this. I am literally just, you know, going with what I'm thinking, because we want this to be, we don't want this to, if you want it to be perfect, oh, it is perfect. I was going to say, if you want it to be perfect, then do measure and use your scoreboard. However, I am literally quite happy if we go over slightly. None of that really bothers me. So, yeah. And if I can get out of measuring, I will. I think most of us are like that though, aren't we? If we can get out of measuring, we will. So there, that's gone over slightly. I don't really mind, but they are all the same length. Wow. Okay, so I'm thinking that I might have these 3 together in a little sort of like a travel style one, because I think that would be nice. I mean, in theory, do you know what? I might change my mind with the ephemera book for these ones, because I'm looking at them and we could make a TN with it. So we could actually put some paper in, have the little flaps as well, and have it as a TN. So I think that's what we're going to do, and we'll use the cover for that. So that's going to be a little mini TN. So these ones can be our ephemera folder. And I'm wondering, because the other way that I thought was we actually fold up the bottom like so. Where's my bottom folder? So just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to fold that over back on itself like so, and you'll see why I've done that in a minute. And where this crease is, just here, we're just going to cut out a triangle, so a little bit from each side, and then they're going to go up, and when we fold it the right way, that doesn't crease up there, and it fits quite nicely. So that's what I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to do that to all of them. Although, so this I don't like. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. So we'll use that for something else, because I think it'll be nice to see how we change a paper that we don't like. So there are any others that I don't like in here. I could say I quite like that one. I think that one's quite cute. Pineapple. You know, I like the rest. Yeah, I'm thinking these word ones though we could use for something else. Maybe the word ones we'll use for something different and just have the ones without the words. Right, perfect. So this ephemera booklet is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. So I can give you the measurements of what I've just folded up. So it works out, I fold it up by 1.5 inches. So I'm going to do that to all of them. So exactly what the same I've done with that. Just rewind it if you need to see that again, because I don't want this video to be too long. I think because there's going to be quite a few different parts in. Yeah, I'm going to try and keep it as short as I can. So I'll make them, and then once I've made them, we'll come back. Right, okay, so they are done. And they are all around about the same size, which is fab. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to grab my glue, and I'm just going to glue down each side just like that on all of them, just so that those flaps stay where they are and we can tuck things into the pockets. So let's do that on all of these. And then what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to do exactly the same thing with those ones as well, because I think we're going to make the cases, or the covers, sorry, out of the cover of the paper pad, so that it's really sturdy, and then we can use the paper to cover them up. And this has worked out actually to be a lovely little size. So if you give me 2 seconds, I will measure it and tell you what size these have worked out. So it'll be 6 inches, although I think, yeah, so it should be 6 inches by about, I want to say 4.5. So yeah, 6 inches by just under 4.5, so 4 3/8. So it's worked out. So it's quite a nice little size for all your little bits of ephemera. So I really like them. So we're just going to continue gluing them down. Okay, like so. Like that. And then we've got this one as well. Okay. Right. So there is that. I'm just going to get rid of that little bit of paper which I didn't cut out properly. Right, so they're all done. I mean, you could have them folded in on themselves like that, so it's like you opened up, but I think I want to have them all separate. So we'll use some string in which to tie them into our book. Right, let's do the same with these ones. So again, I'm just going to pop some glue on either side. I'm going to glue them down. Now with these ones, we are going to put some paper in. So I'm going to get some copy paper once I've glued these down. And I'm just going to use my long arm stapler with these. I love my long arm stapler for stuff like this. I just think it works brilliantly. So for those who don't know, a TN is a travel notebook. So it's just shortened down. So yeah, just in case you weren't sure what one was. The other thing that you could do, you could put a little thumb hole in there if you wanted to. So there is a few different options. Okay. So just glue them down like so, and just wait for a few seconds for them to just take. Right, now what I was thinking of doing with these, because I really don't like this paper at all. I like the others, but I don't like that one. First of all, we do need to cut them down because they are not the same size, and I don't think it's going to work with my scissors, although should have probably just done one at a time. Perfect. So what I'm thinking of doing with these is we're having it, I'm gonna glue this one to the other two, because yeah, I just don't like that paper. And it means, well, it's not that I don't like it, it's just yeah, not really anything there. So if we glue it just down the sides, once we put the once we put our book inside it, I'll show you what I mean anyway. Right, this is just some copy paper. This is actually 120 GSM copy paper, so it's a nice thick one. And what I want to do is, it's just in these ones, so let's measure. So these are, I'm going to need sheets that are 7 by 5 3/4. So 7 by 5 3/4 is what I'm looking at. So if I do 5 sheets per each, 1, 2, 3, 5, and do 7 by 5 3/4, like so. And then we're just going to fold this over together. Give that a second. And then that should fit in there nicely, and it does. So then once we've done that, let me just grab my long arm stapler. Now I'm going to just make sure these are folded just a little bit more. So I'm just going to use my bone folder over the top of them. And then I'm just going to grab a couple of clips. So then you want to line this up, because the way that I've done it is we've got like a little border that goes all the way around. I just find that to be better. So as you can see there's about 1/8 of an inch on both sides. So there we go. And then just using my long arm stapler, sorry, I'm going to go in from the back, line it up, and then we're going to put in 3 staples. You could just put 2 in, you don't need to put 3, but for some reason I just like to do 3, like so. And there we have our notebook ready for our TN. So we've got our little pockets in there. There's our notebook, and that is ready to go. So I'm going to do that, the exact same thing to these other 2. Now the paper that I have left will just go in to my scrap box. It will be used. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, we want 7. I'm going to sneeze. So 7 by 5 3/4. And again, move that over. Actually, I'll put it up on the top because I'm more likely to use it. And then we just fold it over. So there's no, we're not using any scoreboards or anything. We're literally just using a cutting tool today. We might need to use a scoreboard when it comes to the covers, but right now we don't need one. So again, line that up, and I do have a border on each side because these are the same size. So I'm going to put my clips on. I found that the clips really help me line it up there. And then bringing back in the long arm stapler, starting off in the middle, if I can get it lined up. So there's 1, 2, and our last one, 3. There we go. So I'll do the next one off camera, and there's our next TN. So again, just gonna do that. So that's gonna be like that, and like I said, what I'm gonna do is actually glue down there, and down there, and we're going to stick them together. I will do it on camera with you, so they'll be all stuck together, and then we're going to make our our case. I'm wondering whether to do the case first, slip these in, and then glue it. I'm thinking that might be the case. Yeah, how many sheets have we got here? I haven't got enough, have I? Need another 3. So let's get another 3 out. There we go. Right, okay, so I'm going to finish this other one off and then I'll be back. Okay, they're done, all finished, and I have this is the back of the paper pad, so I'm going to use that. So what I'm going to do is, I just want to work out, where's my pencil, where I want to sort of cut it, and I just want to work out my line. So I'm just literally holding it like so. Now I'm going to measure it, although I could just measure it in, I think I might need my scoreboard for this. So I need a piece that is a 6 1/4 by 4, let's have a look, 4 1/4. So 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then, oh, sorry about that. I was going to sneeze. Oh, that was close. And then I'm going to have, so let's work out what the spine is. I reckon we can get away with 1 inch for the spine. So let's put 1 inch down for the spine. And then we want 4 1/4 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4 1/4. So that's where we're going to need it. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up because where this mark is where I need to cut it. Yeah, so this is what I need. So I'm going to get my big trimmer out for this. I was hoping to do it with my smaller one, but I don't think we'll be able to. And then I'm just going to line up that. So 6 1/4. And then I'm just going to, where that bit is, so just that, I'm going to just chop that down. Okay, so there's that. Now, we can either use our scoreboard or we can risk just bending it, but I think for the sake of this video I'm going to actually just bring in my scoreboard because I still have my 2 marks of where the centre needs to be. So let's do that. But actually I'll be able to tell you the sizes now if you're going to go for the sizes. So you need a piece that is 9 1/2 inches by 6 1/4, and then on the 9 1/2 inch side you want to score a 4 1/4 and a 5 1/4. So yeah, now I've got the scoreboard, I can actually tell you the measurements. So now that we've scored them, I'm just going to bend them like so. Okay, and then I'm just going to grab all of these. Now we are going to decorate this up. Oh, perfect. That is going to be absolutely perfect. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, let me see. I'm seeing if I've got any eyelets. I have a feeling I've run out. So, oh, I have these, but I don't think they're all going to work, but we will try. So what I want to do, oh, I need my elastic as well. Let me grab some elastic out. Okay. Right. So what I want to do is I want to bring in some holes just along this edge. Now you can mark them, but I wouldn't be able to see. I'm just going to do 2. And this is so that we can put our, our elastic through. Now, if you don't have if you don't have eyelets, it's fine. You don't really need them, but they do help just to reinforce it. So what I'm going to do now, I need to remember how I do this because I get it wrong every time. Okay, I think that's right. Yes, perfect. So I'm going to just put the eyelets on. So we're having 2 on each side. Now this has got a shiny coating on the back, which is perfect, so I'm leaving the spine white. I'm going to decorate the front up. I will use the 6x6s for that. I'm more than happy to actually leave the spine just this white shiny, because I just think it looks lovely, and it'll be you can wipe it down. Now normally with a TN you can actually put it through your laminator to make it what do you call it, waterproof. Oh, that didn't go in very well done. So that you can wipe it down easy. But like I said, this has got a coating on it, so, and we're utilising what we have. And not everybody has a laminator either, so you can still do a TN without a laminator. So yeah. Oh, there we go. Right, okay, so that's all my eyelets in. So the next thing I want to do, I'm going to use the white elastic. So this is just 1mm cord elastic, and you can get it from your local haberdashery shop, so you can get it anywhere. And we're just going to thread in and out of these like so. Okay. Oh, so we've got 2 strings going down, and then do I want that on the inside? I'm thinking so. So I'm going to put the knot on the inside so we can't see it. Let me just chop this. Okay. And then I'm just going to tie a knot, making sure that it's tight but not too tight, because you don't want it to start buckling on you. And then just put a knot in. So I like to do an extra couple of knots just to make sure. Okay, now you could have these bits on the outside and thread beads onto them. Yeah, that is not a problem at all. Let me just pop a little bit. Again, I like to just double check. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in there, and then I'm going to just take that up to the top like so. So that is our TN cover ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the 2 outer pieces, and we're just going to pop them in like that. Okay, so they're in. Now once we put this in, they will stay in, they're not going to go. So this is where I'm going to glue it down. Actually do it on this side. I'm going to turn this into like a secret pocket. So just like so. Okay. Now, if you wanted this to be removable, all you have to do is put another string through, so you make sure that you would have 3 strings. But like I was saying at the beginning, I'm not that keen on the paper. So for me personally, I think this is definitely the way to go. Definitely. So then I'm going to do the same with this side. So we're just going to put glue down. And then again, this is going to end up being a nice pocket. I'm just going to bring that over, and we are going to stick that on. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to use my clips just to hold that in place, just while that glue takes. And then just close it just to press that bottom bit down. There we go. Okay, so just leave that a few moments. We're just going to wait for that to take, and then we're going to decorate the front of this. And then the next one that we're going to do, and it's going to be very much the same, but I'm wondering whether or not to add pockets into the other one as well. Right, that should be stuck. Okay, that looks fab. So this is our TN. You open it up like so. I mean, how cool is that? And then we've got these little secret pockets down here. So I think that just needs a little bit longer to dry, which is fine. Just gonna fold it like that, and I'm going to put zinc heavy on top of it. Right, so let's leave that off to the side for now to finish off drying before we come in and start decorating. Okay, so now we have this one that we want to turn into a book. Now this one's going to be a little bit different. So let me get the front cover to this one. And what I want to do is we're going to, I think, I'm wondering whether or not to actually stick them all together and have it like an envelope book. That's what I'm thinking. Because we could have it so that it wraps around, although that's not going to work because of the size of it. So we're going to have to piece it. Right, we know that that is it 4 1/4, guys? Can you remember? Because I can't. Yeah, so 4 1/4. So I need a piece that's 4 1/2. Right, let me grab this. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces. Let's do it the right side so you can see what we're doing. That are 4 1/2 by I'm thinking 6 1/2 or 6 1/4. I think 6 1/4. No, 6 1/2. You'll see why in a moment. Okay. No, I'm going to do 6 3/4. So 2 pieces that are, I'll just check to see what the size, yeah, that are 4 1/2. We'll cut this bit down by 6 3/4. Okay. Then we want our spine bit, and I think the spine bit is going to be, so let's cut another bit that's 4 1/2. I want the spine to be 1 inch again, so I'm going to cut this at 2 inches, and again you will see why in a moment. So that is our spine all done. Okay. I think 1 inch should be enough because there's only a handful of them, isn't there? Yeah. Okay, so those are our pieces to make our cover. And then I'm going to grab my scoreboard, and this is where hopefully it'll come, yeah, you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to score this at 1/2 inch. Oh. So 1/2 inch and at 1 1/2 inches. Okay. And actually these can be cut down properly because that'll just stick onto it. So yeah, right. So we'll use the spine to stick the pieces together. I am working this out as we go along, guys, so I do apologise if I'm all over the place. Right, I've just got my little mini trimmer. So this is going to be 6 1/4 inches. So 4 1/2 inches. So you need 2 bits that are 4 1/2 inches by 6 1/4 inches, and then you need 1 bit that is 4 1/2 inches by 2 inches. And then on this bit we're going to score 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. I hope you don't mind this type of crafting because you are seeing me sort of designing as we go. So you're seeing me work out my measurements, you're seeing me work out how to put things together, and I'm not editing anything out because I think sometimes it is nice to see exactly, you know, what's going on and how people and how we sort of come to certain measurements and certain things. So definitely. So, but I'm hoping, I love seeing like the whole process and seeing how to work stuff out. So yeah, I'm hoping you guys do too. Right. And just putting some double-sided tape on. I don't have any thin stuff, which is a bit annoying. So I'm just popping these on like so. Okay. Because we're using these to stick our bits together. Now that has gone over the edge, but I'm quite fine with that because we can just fold it over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of our pieces, and I'm going to have it so that the white's on the outside. We are going to cover them, but, and then we're just going to stick that down like so. So there's that one. And then if you remember, we kept aside those pieces of paper that, and then I'm going to do the same with this one. The pieces of paper that had the words in the middle, well, I thought we could use those to decorate these, and then that one. So there is essentially our book. So we've used that bit there, and then they're going to sit in there like that. Now we've got plenty of room in there for it to swell, which is amazing, which is fabulous. So before we start putting these in, I do want to come in and start decorating this up. So we have these gorgeous pieces that we can definitely fit onto the front. So let me grab my trimmer, whatever I did with it, and I'm going to cut a piece off here. Okay, and then this wants to be 6 1/4. Okay, and then it needs to be 4 1/2. So I need to take some off the top and some off the bottom. So straight away, that fits perfectly onto there, like so, which gives us our cover. So I'm just going to grab my tape again. Right, let's just put that there like that, and I'm going to go over that join line. I am going to use some liquid glue as well, just so that I've got some wiggle room. But I do want to use double-sided tape on this. I just think it'll be a little bit better. That's going to just do a little bit there. Okay, so just like that, and then I'm going to take off the release paper. Okay, like so, and just fold that over because that's over the edge and we don't want that. Right, where's my glue? Oh, put you in there. And then just around those edges, I'm just going to pop some glue, like so, and down that middle bit. Then let's grab this. Now we are going to add some ephemera or something to this, so it's all good. And then we're just going to line that up, and we're going to stick that down. So that is our front cover. I mean, how fab is that? And look at that, I got that perfect. I don't think I've ever gotten it so perfect. Don't even have to cut any off. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Now, because the back is white, I'm thinking I'm just going to have a strip like that on the back. I like that idea. So we're going to do it. I just want it over that join. Okay, so let's cut that. And then I'm just going to, we will cut this one down. I'm just going to pop plenty of glue on. Make sure that we're the right way, so it needs to go that way. And then I'm going to sort of have just a little bit of a white bit there, and then glue that down. Right, loving that. Let's trim that. Now, like I said, we are going to cover the inside because that inside looks awful. But that is our outside all done. I think that looks really nice. I like that. So let's cover the inside. So let's see what other papers we have. Ooh, let's have a look. So I'm wondering, right, do you know what? I think we're going to have this one. So I'm going to cut this down to 4.5 inches. Okay, make sure that's all nicely lined up. And then I'm going to cut it at 6. I'm going to use my little one for that. Because what we've used on the front cover, I'm going to use it for the spine inside. So, I know we have cut it in half, but that is fine, because what we're going to do is they're going to go on there like that. And then we do have this piece here, which we can pop in the middle, which is going to just look fab. So we're going to have that essentially. So I'm not going to cut this down. We're going to leave this. Oh, I want to use my double-sided tape again, because I have to admit it is much better. So I'm just going to pop a bit on here like that. Okay, really push that down and make sure it's nicely burnished, and then take the release paper off. But it's more like, so what we're doing, we're utilising, make sure we get the right way, we're utilising what we have around us. So I need to make sure that I'm getting it like the right amount on each side. Right, okay, so there's that. And then we're going to stick this part on. I'm actually going to pop the tape on this side. Like so. Okay. Right. Just like so. Oh, stop falling down. Let's move them out the way, because they're just dying to get into the book, aren't they? They just want to get in there. Right, okay, so now that I've done that, I am again, let's pop some glue down around the edge. So we do want this to stick everywhere. Right. And then I'm going to line it up just with this edge here, and then the bottom, and hopefully we'll have that perfect. So there's one side done, and I would definitely say it is. And then we can sort of crease that side. Oh, I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Right, let's do this side again. I'm going to put the tape straight directly onto the paper. It's just because I haven't cut that centre bit, so I can't quite see whereabouts I need to go. But I mean, you can do it either way that you want. I'm just hoping to show you guys how I sort of work out how I do things. So yeah. Right, sorry, that was a message off my friend. Right, okay, so I've put a little bit of glue on. Have you noticed that you always get a message when you're busy, when you're doing something? Always. But that is fine. Okay, so we're going to just pop this on. So again, I'm going to do the same what we did. We're going to line up with this, with this outer wall, and then with the bottom. So I'm only concentrating on this line and this line. And yeah, that has worked beautifully. So now I'm just going to cut this off here. Okay. There's one side, and there is the other side. Right, okay, let's get rid of this rubbish, because I think we have quite a bit on the table that we do not need. So let's get rid of that. Right, okay, next thing we're going to do, so again, if you don't, I'm just going to fold this. Where's my bone folder? Make sure that we're all good in there. And then let's do the same to that side. Make sure it's nicely creased. So that is our folder. That feels really, really solid. It feels really nice. So I'm pleased with that. I'm really pleased with how it's actually turned out. Like you say, I mean, you're seeing me design straight from, you know, I haven't got any of this planned. I'm literally just going for it. So I'm loving it. Right, I'm going to grab some of these. I'm going to put 4 holes in, but we are going to put more strings in. So let me just grab my punch, and again I'm going to put one there and one there, and then one at the bottom, and then one at the top. Well, you know what I mean. I know what I meant. Right, okay, so then we're going to pop these in. And again, I'm going to have these on this side. Make sure I put that the right way, because like I said, it's something that I don't tend to do. It's taken me years to work out how to use this. Years. But, you know, with practice makes perfect. And it really does make a difference when you're doing something like this, because it is going to prolong the life of your piece. But like I say, it's not essential to do this at all. I wouldn't say run out and get one, because I mean, you can just have the holes there. Or you could simply staple them in or sew them in. You know, there is other options that you can do this, so don't feel like you have to. Yeah, you have to do it. Right, okay, so now I've got that in. I'm going to go with the black my black one now, and I want to have, how many things do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 5, so I'm wanting 5 in. So 1, oh come on, 2, and you just keep going backwards and forwards. 2, 3. So I'm actually going to put 4 in, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to get the last one. So, okay, and this time we're going to have the string out on the outside, because we're going to make a feature of that. We'll put some beads on. So just, yeah, like so. And I'm going to cut it just a bit longer than usual, because like I said, we're going to do that, yeah, make a feature of it. So now what I'm going to do, I want that one to be my front one, is we're going to put all of our pieces in. So just like we did with the TN, so slide that one in, and then, yeah, slide this one in. Come on. Okay. Make sure that they're all okay. And then this one. So this is going to be somewhere where we can hold our ephemera pieces that we make up. So any fussy cuts. And we can, or if we're travelling somewhere and you want to take like a little kit up with you, you can. Right, now I'm going to show you how I'm going to get another one. And it's very simple. Just going to go around here and around here. Well, technically we could get another 2. So we're just going to go around there, and we're going to tie this into a knot. Okay. And just make sure that's a good knot. And then let's cut them off. Okay, so we've got, essentially we can add another 2. So you've got another piece here. I don't want it there, I want this one towards the back. So, and then we've got another piece in here. So we've literally just wrapped it around the 2 in the middle, and that has given us extra places. So now I could actually add another one in using this one as well. So little tip for you, that's gorgeous. I really love that. Now I want some beads or a bead or something. So let me just grab a drawer. I have no idea what's in this drawer, but I'm sure we've got, oh, that's a nice bead. And we have 2 of them as well. Oh, that works out really, really nicely. And then I've got this one. It's just a lovely colour. That one won't fit in. It's too, yeah, the hole's too small. That's the only downside with stuff like this. You need to have ones where the hole fits through. Does it fit through this? Oh, it fits through that one. Oh, I like that. So, and I'm just going to come in and we're just going to do a knot for this. Okay. Make sure that knot needs to be big enough so that it doesn't go past that. So there's one. How lovely does that look? I don't think a skull bead's going to cut it. Oh, that would look lovely. But I think it's just a little bit too big. Oh, we've got a piece of chain here with a dangle. So why don't we use that? So then I'm going to just tie this into a knot on that chain. So like I say, all we're doing is we're literally just making a feature from this. So yeah. Okay. Right. So I'm just going to cut that. And I'm just going to cut this end. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my glue. And this, you don't have to do this. But for me, it's just a bit of extra security knowing that this isn't going to fall apart. So I'm going to do the same with this one. But what I'm thinking of doing is I might actually glue this bead just onto the bottom of there. Now my glue does dry clear, so I'm happy with that. And then there we have it. We've got our dangles. There we go. Much better. So we have some dangles. Now I don't think I'm gonna finish decorating these now. I think because I think this video might be quite long. I think we're at about an hour or near enough. So I'm gonna end it there. So this is obviously part 1. What have you done with the, oh, we put it under something heavy and it's white on a white background. So obviously we're not gonna know where it is. So this is what we've made in this one. We've made an ephemera booklet, which we can put our bits of ephemera in, which we can definitely make some clusters or something. And we've also made a TN, which needs decorating. And that has worked out brilliantly. I love that. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so and that needs decorating. So that's our first 2 projects. We've still got a couple of the 6x12s. I think there's 3 left. We've got all of the 12x12s sets, and we've got all the 6x6s. So I will be back again in another video where we're going to use some more of this paper pad. I can't show you the covers in the next ones because we've used the covers. Yep, the covers have been used, but yeah. Let's see what we come up with in the next video. So I do hope you join me then. But until next time, everyone, happy crafting. Bye.